Alright, y'all, welcome back to Tennessee Tuesdays.
Episode number 20.
Venti. I didn't cover that on my last one. Didn't do the whole episode thing. The number.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're making up for it this time.
that's right. So we're back. Thought we'd do just a fun one since the leaves are starting to change color.
And fall's around the corner.
Sporadically. Like there's weird leaf changing going on right now.
We have leaves all over our yard.
But we figured since fall is around the corner, we're going to cover some fall events that are going on right now. More specifically, just right here in September, things that you can go out and do like this coming
Weekend.
next week, coming up. Because it seems like there is so much going on.
There's always a lot going on, I think.
And I think one of our biggest struggles is, because we shoot weddings, we'll see a great event, and then we're like,
Then we'll check the calendar, realize we can't make it.
wedding. We can't make it. So hopefully we can share a lot of these events with y'all, and y'all can go and have fun, because there's a lot of cool ones. So obviously there's a ton of Halloween related ones, which I think we'll save till next month to kind of cover and go a little bit more in depth with those. But we have a few events where just cover some details, and then some other ones we just want to highlight and mention, so that way y'all can go look them up at your own time and leisure, and if it's something you want to do and pursue a little bit more onto. But just thought these would be fun. I guess the big one really is Taste of Blunt that's coming up this week.
It is a very big event.
It's a very big event. It's on the 8th. It starts at 6 o'clock. Tickets are $30.
Yes. And there's different categories that you can do for Taste of Blunt. I think there's a dessert, an appetizer. So everyone will, whatever they're entering, they can enter all of those different categories. So you can get a lot of different types of food.
There's a lot of food, a lot of fun vendors there. It's really a good one. It's right at the little downtown amphitheater in the park, where there's been some other events. This one is family friendly. I can promise you that. It's just a lot of food.
It starts at 6 o'clock and tickets are $30.
$30 for tickets. So that's a fun one to go to.
I think you can pre-buy your tickets online if you go to look it up on Facebook or just look up Taste of Blunt.
Pre-purchase them.
And I think you can pre-purchase them.
Hopefully. I think kind of every event.
Most event is that way now.
So we just went to Big Kahuna Wing Fest, and it was pre-purchase, and you could actually scan the QR code there and purchase tickets too, but that was a good event too. And I feel like everyone's kind of going digital now.
It makes it easier. No lines. You just show your ticket and walk in.
You don't have to print it out.
But also saves from people, I guess, having to deal with money at the event.
Probably cash, and probably like a fraud thing too, I would think, having people printing extra tickets or...
And if the credit card machine doesn't work, sometimes it's just, there's a whole lot.
It works to have digital. Another event coming up at the end of this month is the Townsend Bluegrass Festival. This is a big one. You hear a lot of people talk about this one. We have not been to this one, but it is over in Townsend at the Townsend Visitor Center. It's free, right?
It is free.
Yeah, this one's free. It's September 23rd and 24th.
And I think there are lots of vendors there.
And tons of bluegrass music and artists and stuff that will be playing with music and food vendors and all kinds of fun stuff. But it's a good event and it's free, so that's always a fun one too. And it's just Townsend's a fun area.
Townsend's so pretty. There's so many other things to do too. If you are done at the Bluegrass Festival, you can explore Townsend.
Especially
there's lots of little
fall,
antique stores and just food.
Food be cooking up.
And if it's warm, I guess you could go in the river.
You could. That river's going to start getting cold, though.
Yeah.
We're going to start dipping off here in a little bit.
All right. Moving on. This weekend, we have the air show.
Huge. It's back.
And he's extremely excited for the air show.
I'm very excited. I'm like a little kid. A lot of guys are like little kids when it comes to air shows.
It is Saturday and Sunday.
September 10th and 11th, 9/11.
What time was it at?
I don't know what time it starts at. We did not write that down. I'm going to guess it's usually air shows are like a 10 a.m. type thing, and then the display usually starts to go on around noon. They do have the static display, which is like aircrafts that are parked, and you can go up and get close to them and touch them, and tons of vendors and all that kind of stuff.
And it is free. General admission is free.
Because it's your tax dollars.
But you have to pay for parking.
Which a lot of people are upset about.
Sorry to break it to you. It is $75 for parking.
That's a lot. That's pretty steep. $75 for parking. For an air show. For free. Your tax dollars hard at work that you're paying for. You gotta pay $75.
There is only one way in and one way out. Just keep in mind there probably will be traffic.
Heard some nightmares on traffic at past events there, so just be cautious.
Pack your patience.
I think we're gonna park off site and then kind of walk over probably and do the thing. But very excited because the Blue Angels are there. Blue Angels always put on a fantastic show. Little disappointed there's no other jets, no F-22, no F-35. So not having a Raptor or a Lightning in your lineup kind of takes a hit on it. But the Blue Angels are pretty cool. A-10 Warthogs, like, they got all kinds of stuff. So you do have flight line seating as well if you want to upgrade and pay for that. But it is free.
I'm sure there'll be tons of great vendors out there if you guys need snacks, drinks.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's going to be a great event. And weather looks iffy this weekend because there is some weather coming in.
Well, I mean, weather's looked iffy since last week.
It's Tennessee, though. Weather
it's
is always
kind of
iffy,
bipolar.
So what are you going to do?
Pack a raincoat.
That'll be a fun one. We're going on the 11th because we have a wedding on Saturday. We're definitely going to go on Sunday and check it out. I think we're going to take Grandpap. He's excited to see the A-10.
I think we should take Bo.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think all the kids will probably go. I mean,
Bo
Taylor had a blast at Miramar when she was a kid, you know.
Jamesy will have a good time.
What else we got?
We have at the mall, at the Foothills Mall in the local town, we have a free children's fall festival, and I think there's pumpkins and stuff they can get.
And that's October 1st.
That's October 1st at noon.
So that's right there in Maryville at Foothills Mall, right there kind of in the middle of the area. They always do fun little events, and it's a good, safe-like area for the kids because you're indoors, and you kind of keep an eye on them, and a bunch of other little kids running around. It always gets very, these fall festivals and trunk-or-treats and trick-or-treating, and it all gets a little chaotic because there's so many kids and people running around, and the kids get so excited, you know, that it's kind of nice when it's in a place like that, you know, and you keep an eye on your kids. So we've got that one's a good one. So Bristol, the night race. I'm not a huge NASCAR guy, but again, like jets and stuff, like get excited for cars and stuff. So the night race is September 17th up at Bristol Speedway. I think it'd be really fun to go to that. Like the fastest half mile, quarter mile, something. We've only been there once for a country concert, but it was the coolest, like tightest little track. Like it is contained, and I imagine it's very loud at Bristol.
And it has some pretty high banks, I feel like.
Yeah, so Bristol night race, September 17th. That seems like a fun one. That's something, you know, if you got kids, like the kids that have a blast, and you might want to take earplugs and headphones though, because
I take them. It's a little
I think
loud.
that's going to be loud. Another one that I wanted to talk about because it's a big one, but it is next month, starting October 1st in Harriman, so it's out by Kingston area off the 40, is the 7th annual Medieval Fair and Pirate Fest. Pirate festivals are always fun. Matt
thinks he's a pirate sometimes.
I think, again, a lot of guys think they're pirates. Like, you know, it's... What's not cool about pirates, right? Like, Johnny Depp put pirates on the map, I feel like.
Well, yeah, he probably did.
Talk like a pirate day. Like, there's lots of fun things. But that starts October 1st. There's 3 weekends of that. It's a medieval fair, so everything that goes along with that, plus the Pirate Fest. Sounds like a fun time if you want to get out to that one. So the rest of these are just kind of dates and different events that we want to just hit on, just so that way if you put it on your calendar or if you do want to find out more information on these are pretty popular events that are going on, and we've heard a lot about these ones.
All right, we'll start with this Sunday, 9/11 at Gold's Gym in Lenore City. They are doing a stair climb
for 9/11.
I
think it's sheriffs versus
firemen, I think.
I think they do like a step off, you know, and we're actually going to be there I'm going to take coffee. Fred's Roast is going to take coffee. Richie Cream, I think, is going to do some donuts. So we're going to go out there and support them. Obviously, 9/11 is a big one.
And if you guys can't go out and see it, go to your local gym and try to do the stair climb challenge. I think me and Matt did it last year.
Yeah, I did. I did both towers, actually. I doubled it.
I think I did one tower.
It's a lot, but it really... puts you in a mood and a feeling and kind of... I mean, you don't have half the gear that these guys have.
And I do think these guys are wearing their gear when they're doing it at the gym.
Yes, they are.
We obviously were not wearing gear.
You just showing them your show notes?
But they can't see.
Babs paper. Like, Babs just sits here and, like, twiddles.
I'm like a 2-year-old.
Like, just shoves it in the camera. Like, I'm just watching and that's all I see is the paper. And she's just playing around.
I really shouldn't have them. I should have, like, a teleprompter.
Oh, jeez. You'd be like Sleepy Joe. You'd be staring at that thing trying to read next line, end of quote.
I just need something that, like, if it was, like, right here on one of those, like, stands, if you were, like, in a band, I could totally just have it like this and just read it.
Should we get Babs a bandstand?
I have to fidget.
So anyways, that's a fun one. So we're going to go do Gold's Gym beforehand on 9/11, and then we're going to go to the air show, which kind of makes that an all-encompassing day, I feel like.
It'll be very busy.
It's a very important day. For many of us, it's an important day. If you're our age or a little bit older and you went through all that, it should be an important day. We always said never forget, so hopefully some people still stick by that. But so yeah, that's this weekend coming out. So the Knoxville Water Lantern Festival is on October 1st. That is a big one. It's kind of all over the news channels and Facebook events. I've seen a ton of stuff posted on that. It's really, really pretty. There's literally all these like lit lanterns that go across the water. It looks beautiful. Check that out if you want more info on that one.
The next one will be the Chattanooga Taco Festival. Who doesn't love tacos?
I wonder if Taco Mel's doing that one. I wonder if she knows about that.
And that will be September 17th and 18th.
So again, there you go. Like, you run into that on September 17th. You start to get all these things that'll stack up back to back.
I mean, I like tacos, so I would like to go.
I mean, who doesn't like tacos? But I mean, if you're going to do that, then you can't go do Bristol, right? Like, that's where even with us doing weddings, like, events start to stack up. There's so many events going on.
I don't know if there's a fee for the Taco Fest, so you guys will have to check that out online.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is. Another one, this one sounds really fun, and I want to go do this one. Did I not write down the date? I didn't write down the date. So Cherokee Caverns has Hocus Pocus. They're playing the movie Hocus Pocus from back in the day, Bette Midler. It's a classic. They're playing it in the caverns. It's $13 to get in, so there's nothing like going into an actual like live cavern and you're gonna watch a movie in there. And I think it said it's 58 degrees or something. Like the cave is consistently. So I would take a sweatshirt, a blanket, you know.
I do think this cavern that's doing this movie does a Halloween thing and a Christmas thing.
Like a trick or treat.
But then they do like a Christmas display in there.
Decorate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It is wheelchair friendly.
But there are a few different show times for it as well. So check that out. Cherokee Caverns. They're screening Hocus Pocus, which is a fun one.
The next one is the Morristown Craft Beer Festival on 9/24.
9/24, that's a big one.
Don't know much about it.
Don't know anything about it, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of people out there like craft beer, so Morristown is a craft beer fest. And also that same day on 9/24 is the Scots Irish Fest in Dandridge. So that's another one. Those are big events as well, too, the Scots Irish ones, where they have all sorts of competitions going on and great food.
Is that where they wear the kilts?
They do wear kilts. I don't have a kilt. I'm not going to wear it.
I mean, I've seen people in kilts. We have friends that have kilts.
And then also just around the corner, obviously, Halloween is coming. October is coming. So you're going to have all the farms, right?
Ballinger Farms in Jefferson City.
That's the one we went to last year. Absolute blast.
They have a huge corn maze, and you can go on a hayride to get a pumpkin.
It was hot, too. Like,
Yeah.
It was not very, like,
I would
fall.
not recommend. Check the weather first. Make sure you're dressed appropriate.
sweating.
It was very hot.
Josh and I were, like, walking with pumpkins. I'm like, this is not fun.
And I'm pretty sure they do have food and stuff and slides and all kinds of
the
activities for
slides were so
kids.
sweet for the kids. Like, the kids had such a blast. Like, we never saw them. They were just running around playing. Right here locally in Greenback, Ballinger Farms does a big one. They have hay rides and pumpkin patch and pick your own pumpkins and huge corn maze there as well. Ballinger does a wild corn maze where they switch the pattern up. Last year was Thank You Veterans, I think. So they do a great job over there too.
And I know Ballinger Farms, you buy a ticket that gets you one pumpkin, a hayride, and all the activities.
It's all included.
So it wasn't that. I don't think it was that bad.
Because some pumpkin patches you go to, they really pick you apart. Like
They're going to make you pay for the hayride, the corn maze.
You do have to buy food. I'm just saying. They pick you apart where you had to buy food. You got to pay for your pumpkin. You got to pay for the hayride. You got to pay. So it adds up quickly. This is kind of like a all-inclusive type thing, not food, but as far as activities go.
Then we have the Dollywood Harvest Festival. I think
Dollywood's always like a fun one for fall.
And is that the whole month of October?
There's certain periods where the Harvest Festival goes on, but Dollywood is definitely one of those ones where if you go at the end of September, go in October, go in November, you're not going to be disappointed.
And if you guys have a chance to stop by the glass blowing place, make yourself a pumpkin or an ornament.
That's
just
really
saying.
Fun. It means that's got some sentimental value when you let the kids, I mean, even adults can do it too, but you literally like hand blow
An ornament or a pumpkin.
And it's just the coolest.
They're not cheap, but they're not expensive. We have 3 ornaments, and I think I have like 2 little pumpkins that I put out.
And it's one of those crafts, arts that have, gotten lost, I feel like. And it's really a skill that is appreciated. It's one of the coolest things.
And they also have a store, so you can buy all kinds of awesome things. But if you guys are there and want to do something that you can take home and have for Halloween out or Christmas, do the glass blowing pumpkin or ornament.
And if you've never been to Dollywood and had the bread, thank me later. Now, of course, you could also drive the Smokies, like while you're up there or going there.
It's free.
Drive Foothill Parkway. There's plenty to see wilderness nature-wise that's free, out and about.
You can always take a picnic and have a picnic up there in the Smokies. It's beautiful weather for that. The leaves are going to start changing.
That's a great suggestion right there for an activity to do in fall is just go have a picnic. Pick a day where you guys are going to go to one of the picnic grounds. There's plenty of them. It's free. Go have a picnic with family. Let the kids run around. Just go explore, like do some fun stuff. There's no shortage of it in the Smokies, so you can't really go wrong.
Or go on a hike while you're up there too.
Yeah. You want to go on a hike? Go on a hike.
All right, the last thing on here is Country Thunder at Bristol Speedway.
So I want to throw that in just in case we got some country music fans in the area. It's kind of
a 2-day festival.
2-day fest this year. Yep, last year
it
was 1 day.
The September 30th and October 1st. Morgan Wallen and Jason Aldean will be, I think, headlining.
Yep, they're going to be headlining. It's a very inexpensive concert experience. They do have camping. You cannot buy a 1-day pass, which I was kind of bummed out about because we can only go one of the days, which would still be fun to go. But it is affordable. It's like $100 for a 2-day pass, which is just, you can't beat it,
We just wanted to take Taylor to see Morgan Wallen one more time. But
we had fun last year in the rain.
In the rain. It was very
still a great concert.
Rainy.
And there's probably 6 or 7 other artists that are alongside them, so
just go to Country Thunder at Bristol Stadium and you can see the whole lineup and buy tickets, camping.
But that's one we've been to. We can definitely vouch for it. It's a fun one. You can get a hotel. There's tons of hotels in the area, just a little bit off the beaten path too, and it's not very expensive. So
it's not a far drive from wherever you stay up there.
Another one that I wanted to mention was Grains and Grits that goes on in Townsend. Unfortunately, I think it is sold out.
It is sold out. I was very disappointed. I went on to buy tickets.
So if you have a way of winning tickets or somehow getting tickets and you've never been to Grains and Grits in Townsend, it's a fantastic event that you should try to go to.
And it's a bourbon
and food festival, basically. some of the best meats we've had there.
And you get to sample all the different bourbons.
Bourbons, all kinds of stuff. And I mean, there's more than just bourbon, too.
There was moonshine.
There's moonshine.
They had hot toddies.
Single Barrel was there. One of our friends that runs Single Barrel events and catering. They were there doing their thing. But that's a fun event if you can find your way into it.
It is also at the Townsend Visitor Center.
A lot goes on. Just if you go on there and search Townsend Visitor Center events too, I bet you can find a bunch of the other things that we don't even know about.
Hopefully they'll release more tickets, but at the moment,
looks like it's sold out.
Unfortunately.
But anyways, that is just a handful of events coming up because it gets crazy busy in fall. Now that school's back in and sports are going, I mean, you got Friday night lights every weekend too if you want to go catch a local football game and have some fun.
And if anyone's local to Maryville, Alcoa, this Friday night is the big rivalry game.
Big game. Bab sent me a picture earlier that kids had already hung a Maryville banner over the bridge that says
City of Alcoa.
Now it says City of Maryville. So it's already on. Like, it's already started.
The game is at 7 o'clock, and I do think Maryville High School is doing a tailgate.
I'm so excited to be going. Oh, wait, we have a wedding.
We are not going, unfortunately. I'm very disappointed.
Actually, we might be able to go because this wedding is it's a very short event and ceremony, so we may be able to make it happen.
One more thing on the Maryville Alcoa game. You must purchase your tickets ahead of time, and seating gets insane.
Yeah, so if you get there early, get there early.
And save yourself a seat.
Also, UT football games coming back up. They're traveling this weekend to Pittsburgh, coming back though to play Akron. Lots of good games on the schedule coming up. So a UT game is always fun to go to. We just took the Halcombs last week.
And go tailgate.
$20 a ticket. Like, it's so cheap. Like,
go
it's so
tailgate.
Cheap to go out and have some fun with the family.
And enjoy the band when they do the march over the bridge into the stadium. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere.
Make it a fun event, for the whole family to go do. So it's fun. Everybody's getting back out and about, and there's a lot of events going on. So we wanted to share some with you from East Tennessee, mainly specifically. There's stuff going on all over. I wish we could cover everything, but that would be a long podcast.
This time of year, take a raincoat to all of the events.
Never know.
Never know what you're going to get into.
And just in case it rains, just wait it out. It's probably going to change.
Or take a backup pair of shoes and socks.
I always do. I always have an extra pair of socks and shoes in the car just in case, because you never know. Why not? So that is it. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and listening wherever you may be. It's Tennessee Tuesdays on the internet, on all the social handles. Give us a like, give us a review, a share, a follow. Whatever we can do to keep growing this.
Have a fabulous Tuesday evening, guys.
That is it from East Tennessee.